Hey there, guys. Welcome to another workshop we have prepared for you. This workshop is titled Careers versus Jobs. So, we want to try to hopefully point the difference between a career and a job and to give some resources so you can understand what's the best way for you to do your research in a very efficient way and understand yourself a little bit better. So, it's going to get started. First, a career versus job. What's the difference? Did you even know there was a difference between a career and a job? If you didn't, well, now you know because I just told you careers do differ from jobs in several ways. Let's drill into that a little bit further. First, what is a job? A job is essentially what you do for work right now, which means that it's what you do to get paid. A job might not be something that you plan on doing long term or something that you even enjoy. For example, you might work as a cashier at a fast food restaurant to make some extra money while you're going to school to become a teacher. So that is your job, but it is not part of your career. So it's a career. Well, in a general sense, your career is the combination of what you intend to do and it is the string of related jobs, skill sets, professional projects that you put together as part of that intention. So the fast food job was not part of your plan, so it typically doesn't make the cut as to relating to being part of your career. Okay. Your schooling, your training, your acquired skill sets from previous positions with transitional skills, that's what you can consider to be part of your career. Similarly, any preparatory work that you do as part of those studies. Maybe you tutored part time. Maybe you took some time out to be an intern. Maybe you got a job as a teaching assistant. All of those sorts of things do apply, and that's what you're looking to do in kind of the long term. Now, other related extracurricular activities, such as being a summer camp counselor for at-risk youth, that would certainly be part of a career goal, and that also looks really good on a resume. There is a simple reason for this. Your career is primarily built from not only your skills and your experiences, but also your interests, your values, and your preferences. So, in short, your career should unfold from what you like doing in addition to what you are good at doing. So, why does the distinction between career and job matter? Well, if you are only starting to think about a career or you are unsatisfied with your current career, understanding the distinction between your job and your career can be very illuminating. So you may find yourself hating your job but loving the field that you're working in which case a job change is probably in order for you. For instance, you may love being a manager, but just not a manager in a restaurant. The restaurant industry just isn't right for you, but the career of being a manager is what does appeal to you, leading people. So how do you make that transition into what industry? This could necessitate a new job and more training. It could be an opportunity for you to cross train, shadow someone, or possibly obtain a paid work experience. It will ultimately create a new path for you out of your knowledge and your experiences in food or safe serve practices combined with your love and expertise for management. So, this could take you from being the manager of a fast food restaurant to a nursing home facility manager and the dietary department. In other words, changes or developments in interests could mean a career shift is in order, but it could also open up new doors to you within your current path. So, up to date and relevant training might be needed, as well as networking with others in the industry. So, perhaps taking this example, volunteering in a nursing home and meeting people who work inside that nursing home, or maybe taking some time to develop relationships on LinkedIn. That's a great way for you to begin to climb up that ladder to be where you want to be. Sometimes snagging up a job might be necessary just so you can get through in life. But you want to make sure that you focus on what your career is or what you want your career to be, because that is a investment in yourself. A career is life changing. It grows with you throughout your work life, and it should balance your personal life and be enriching financially as well as satisfying your life's purpose. So here's a quick video I want to share with you. This video includes information on how people's views of careers have changed over the years, how a career is a reflection of you and your work, and kind of defines what a career is. So I'll go ahead and play this. You guys enjoy.
When you hear the term career, what do you think of? Many people envision a 9-to-5 job or someone pursuing a specialized field. These are both valid examples, but when it comes down to it, a career is a reflection of you and your work. People have viewed careers differently over the years. Decades ago, some considered a career to be working with one company until you retired. Later, others viewed it as working your way up through a specific industry. But nowadays, the workforce is changing at a faster pace. A career can include side hustles or working in the gig economy. Many people are also changing jobs more frequently. Because of the way our workforce is evolving, there's no right or wrong way to define what a career is. For example, let's take a look at Jennifer. She's always been a great creative problem solver. Her first job was helping her parents to run their family business. But for her next job, she found herself in event planning. And while working through both of these, she was also a freelance artist and was blogging on a regular basis. Even though these jobs seem fairly unrelated, together they form a career of her own. Simply put, a career is a culmination of the jobs you hold and how you weave them together to form a bigger picture.
Goodwill Community Foundation, creating opportunities for a better life.
Awesome. So hopefully that video explained the difference, or at least what a career is, better than I did. That's why we show them, just in case I missed the point with you. So we're going to move on. So what is career search? More often than not, people make career choices without the benefits of knowing what a particular job entails. This is why career research is very important. These decisions that people make are based on something that's like, hey, my cousin does that and she got a house and a car. Or this is what my father did, or I like helping people, or that's the training program that was what was available, right? How much do we really know about the job duties? You know, the math or the language skills necessary, the physical demands of the job. What abilities are required for you to work with diverse populations, right? How often do people take that kind of information into consideration before they take a new job, right? So this is critical information for you to achieve success and to find happiness in what we do for our career and our financial lives, right? So before accepting the challenges of a new career, it is essential that you understand what the challenges might be and what's going to be required of you, what's going to be expected of you to accomplish the desired outcomes that the job is going to demand. So before you accept the position, do some career research. It is going to help you determine the difference between a lasting career choice or a miserable short-term experience. And I've been there before. It's no bueno, it's no fun. So listen to me now, if you will. Without the benefit of doing some career research, a new hire can quickly find out that the aspects of the job or that there are aspects of the job that are unexpected or simply unwanted. And it's going to have an impact on that person's motivations, on their ability to follow through, on their ability to meet daily expectations. And ultimately, it turns into a giant time waster. So career research is a vital step before job searching. However, it is even more critical for you to determine a career that matches your personality, your abilities, and your interests. So we're going to something that Dr. John Holland created. He created a system that helps people find careers that fit them. The Holland Code, as it's been known, is a tool that can help you discover your interests and also match them with certain specific occupations. So a career is an enjoyable job that challenges you. For you to find a career that fits you, it's very vital. It's important for you to discover what you are good at and what you want to achieve. And once you know your interests, your abilities, and your goals, you can match them with career possibilities. So Dr. John Holland created this system of placing people's interests into groups. He believed that every person's interests fits into at least one group, and most fit into 2 or 3 groups. Your personal combination of Holland groups is what's known as your Holland Code. To begin discovering careers that match your interests, find your Holland career by completing a career interest checklist. We're going to do this together. You should have been either given a handout or you can simply grab a piece of paper and follow along. So here we go. Step 1. For each of these items or descriptions that describe you, okay, please put a check mark on the handout. If you do not have the handout, simply write a check mark under the category of realistic. Okay, so on your piece of paper, write out the word realistic and just start checking down every time something fits you. Okay, so I'm gonna go down these 3 columns that you see on the screen for realistic. 1, are you practical? Are you athletic? Are you straightforward? Are you mechanically inclined? Are you a nature lover? And are you good with tools and machinery? Next column. Can you? Can you fix electrical things? Can you solve mechanical problems? Can you pitch or set up a tent? Can you play sports? Can you read blueprints? And can you work on cars? Next column, like to. Do you like to tinker with mechanics? Do you like to work outdoors? Do you like to be physically active? Do you like to use your hands? Do you like to build things? All right, so take a moment, add up whatever checks that you have, and under a total, under the letter R, rate how many that you had. Write your score down. For some, it might be none. For some, it might be 5. For some, it might be all of them. But just write what your score is. I'll give you a second here, and then we'll move on. All right, next. You guys are ready? Waiting for that guy to get done writing. Okay. Just kidding. I'm recording this by myself. I'm basically talking to myself. So it's the joys of remote learning. If you guys are ready, though, we're going to go into the next category. By the way, that's what I meant when I said check marks. Next is going to be investigative. All right. So are you inquisitive? Are you analytical? Are you scientific? Are you observant? Are you precise? And are you good with tools and machinery? All right. Next column is going to be the can you column. Can you think abstractly? Can you solve math problems? Can you understand physical theories? Can you do complex calculations? Can you use a microscope? Can you work on cars? And can you analyze data? Next column, the like to column. Do you like to explore ideas? Do you like to use computers? Do you like working independently? Do you like to perform lab experiments? And do you like to read scientific or technical magazines? So once again, add up your categories, how many check marks you got out of these three columns. I'll give you guys a second, and then we'll move on to the next. So next is going to be under artistic. So are you creative? Are you intuitive? Are you imaginative? Are you innovative? And are you an individualist? Next column. Can you sketch, draw, or paint? Can you play a musical instrument? Can you write stories, poetry, music, sing, act, or dance? And can you design fashions or interiors? Next column, the like to column. Do you like to attend concerts, theaters, and art exhibits? Do you like to read fiction, plays, and poetry? Do you like to work on crafts? Do you like to take photographs? Do you like to express yourself creatively? Okay, give you guys a second to add those up, and we'll move on to the next letter. All right, hopefully not going too fast for everybody. Next is under the social category. So first off, are you friendly? Are you helpful? Are you idealistic? Are you insightful? Are you outgoing? And are you understanding? Next column, the can you column. Can you teach and train others? Can you express yourself clearly? Can you lead a group discussion? Can you mediate disputes? Can you plan and supervise an activity? And last, can you cooperate well with others? Do you play well? Next column is the like column. Do you like the working groups? Do you like to help people with problems? Do you like to participate in meetings? Do you do any volunteer service? Do you like to do volunteer service, I guess I should say? Do you like to work with young people? And do you like to play on team sports? Add up your checks and total them under the letter S for social. Considering these are just a few, it shouldn't take you too long, but these columns are pretty full. So I'll give you a second. I'll take a drink of water. Excuse the sound. All right. Should give you guys enough time to do that. Moving on to the next slide. Enterprising. All right. So if you're enterprising, are you someone who likes to work in groups? So let's see here. Hold on. I went to the wrong one. Are you self-confident? Are you assertive? Are you sociable? Are you persuasive? Are you enthusiastic? And are you energetic? Give you a second, add those up. 2, second column, the can you. Can you initiate projects? Can you convince people to do things your way? Can you sell things or promote ideas? Can you give talks or speeches? Can you organize activities and events? And last one is, can you lead a group? Third column, the like to column. Do you like to make decisions affecting others? Would you like to be elected to office? Would you like to win a leadership or a sales award? Would you like to start your own political campaign? Bless your heart if you do. Would you like to meet important people? So that's it for enterprising. So add up your check marks under the category of E for enterprising. Give you guys a few seconds to do that. We are moving quickly. We're on time restraint today, guys, so we're going to get going into the last category, which is conventional. All right, so are you well-groomed? Are you accurate? Are you numerically inclined? In other words, you like numbers. Are you methodical? Are you conscientious? And are you efficient? Next column. Can you work well within a system? Can you do a lot of paperwork in a short amount of time? Can you keep accurate records? Can you use a computer? And can you write effective business letters? All right, next column, the like to column. Do you like to follow clearly defined procedures? Do you like to use data processing equipment? I'm guessing that means like maybe Excel spreadsheets or something that keeps track of data. Do you like to work with numbers? Do you like to type or take shorthand? If you know what that is, ask your teacher. And do you like to be responsible for details? So take a moment and add them up and list them underneath the C category, C for conventional. Okay. So at this point, you should have 6 categories, RIASEC. Okay. I want you to take your top three categories, the three with the highest scores, and I want you to write them at the very bottom or the very top of your page, wherever you want to write that. Just write your three highest scores. If you happen to have a tie for some reason, that's okay. You can always get like a little slash in between there, but I want your three top themes. Okay. Now that you've done that, hopefully you've been able to keep up so far. How accurately do you believe that your top three themes describe your personality and your interest? Reflect on that. And while you're reflecting on that, let's go over what these categories actually look like, okay, and what they mean. First off, if you had a high number for realistic people tend to have athletic or mechanical ability. They prefer to work with objects, machines, tools, plants, or animals, and they usually like to work outdoors. Next is investigative people. These people like to observe, investigate, learn, analyze, evaluate, and or solve problems. Next is artistic. People who have a high artistic score are innovative, they're intuitive. They usually like to work in an unstructured situation. They like to use their imaginations and their creativity. Next is social. Social people like to work with people. They like to inform, enlighten, help. They like to do trainings and develop things that help other people. They may also be skilled with using language and words. Next is enterprising. People also like to work, or enterprising people also like to work with people, but they like to influence them. They like to persuade them, or they might even just like to perform. They like to either lead or manage for organizational goals or economic gain. And the last category is conventional. Conventional people like to work with data. They have very strong clerical or numerical ability, and they tend to pay attention to details. They usually enjoy following what other people tell them to do. Not that they can't be a leader, but they tend to be someone who is okay with being led by other people, or at least falling within a system. So hopefully, of these six categories, the three that you got the highest scores on do click, does make sense to you. The next slide here is going to give you a whole list of potential job titles that you might fall under based on these categories. For the sake of time, I'm going to just read the first three of each column. But if you'd like to see this list, please refer to the printout or the PDF of the presentation that we're going to send over to you guys as well. So we're going to start at the end here at conventional. If you're a conventional person, you could be an accountant or an auditor. You might be a bank teller or a bookkeeper. If you're artistic, you might be an actor, an advertising agent, or an architect. If you were an investigative person, you could be an actuary, an agricultural scientist, or an anthropologist. If you were social, you could be an air traffic controller, an athletic trainer, or a clergy. Again, these are actually in alphabetical order in case you're curious. That's why they all keep starting with A. If you're enterprising, you might be an automotive salesperson. You might be a brokerage clerk, or you might be a business executive or a manager. Nothing wrong with that. And then if you're realistic, you could be a aircraft mechanic. You could be a appraiser, auto mechanic, or I'll just say bricklayer since it said mechanic twice there. So your Holland Code and opportunities help you explore a variety of different work options that are out there. So you can certainly look at this page for careers that might fall underneath those Holland Code letters for assessment, or if you search up a thing called onet.org, it also has this sort of test out there that will help you actually see specific job titles and perhaps even lead you to job openings. So certainly look into onet.org. All right, so we're going to do a little fun assessment with you guys. I know it's a little interesting, but this is called the True Colors Assessment. This is where you can look at ourselves in a new light, as you see here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a group of a row of words pop up on the screen here. and it's going to be 4 columns in each row. And I want you to score a group of words that you most associate with the number 4. And then the one that you associate with the least with the number 1, and then decide where 2 and 3 fall into based on what you connect with. Okay. It's going to be, I believe it's 5 or 6 columns coming up here, or 5 or 6 rows, and we're going to do it one by one. So here comes the first slide. First off, and make sure you write the letter, by the way, too. A, excitement, skilled, or variety. This is row 1, is A, excitement, skilled, variety. B, dependable, honest, money saver. C, harmony, feelings, friendship. Or D, knowledge, questions, calm. So which of these 4 columns do you identify with the most? Which one's the least? Which one's second most, second least? However you want to rank these, 1 through 4. I'll give you a second. Hopefully it'll go a little bit quicker with each one. All right, if you guys are ready, next one. Row 2, E is thinker, books, facts. F is warm, understanding, romantic. G is stable, on time, correct. And H is humor, sports, not patient. So again, score each one of these for which one applies to you the most. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1. And once you guys do that, I'll give you another second or two. So maybe it takes you a second to write. I'm imagining some person's freaking out, worrying about getting behind, but that's okay. Row number 3, letter I, follow rules, prepared, duty. Letter J, wisdom, curious, quiet. Letter K, thrills, winning, hands-on. And letter L, sensitive, sharing, love. So rate that one, 1 through 4, 4 through 1. Remember, 4 is the most interest, 1 is the least. Row number 4. Letter M, organize, respectful, secure. N, recreation, risk taker, fun. Letter O, caring, affection, spiritual. Letter P, smart, inventor, logic. Give you a minute to score them, 1 through 4, 4 through 1. Again, 4 being highest, 1 being the lowest. Hopefully you guys are getting the hang of this by now. And last but not least, row number 5, letter Q, science, independent, problem solver. Letter R, helping, sympathy, hugs. Letter S, energetic, freedom, tools. And letter T, orderly, tradition, neat. Give you guys a minute to score this up. So on your piece of paper, I hope that you have written the row, the letter, and then the score that you identified with that. And then again, row 2, the letter and the score that you identified with that. Okay, if you have to, go back and listen to this again, that's okay. All right, so this is what you're going to do. And again, you have a handout for this, by the way, so you should have been given a handout. We sent that over to with the presentation, so hopefully you have that. If not, you're doing this on a piece of notebook paper. So what you're going to do is you're going to take whatever you wrote for the letter, the score that you gave yourself, and you're going to fill them in here. Okay, whatever you wrote for letter A, whether that's a 4, 3, 2, or 1. H, whatever you wrote for a 4, 3, 2, or 1. You're going to fill in this row, and then you're going to write up the total. You're going to do this until you're done. All right, so I'm going to give a minute so you guys will be able to complete this. If you need to pause it, that's fine. And again, C, what score you gave yourself. F, what score you gave yourself. L, you know. And again, if you need to pause this until you're done, that's fine. We're going to move on. And then what you're going to do is you're going to write the colors in score order, right? So if your highest color that you got was orange and then gold and then blue and then green, or maybe it's blue, green, gold, orange, whatever it may be. That's how you're going to look at your own personal color scheme. Okay. So give you a second to do that. Again, if you need to pause, that's okay. Pause all you wish and come back when you're ready. Okay. Now, let's go into what these sections mean. If you got gold as your highest score, gold says a couple things about you. It says that you need to follow rules and that you need to respect authority. It means that you are loyal, dependable, and prepared. It means that you have a strong sense of what is right and wrong in life. It means that you are thorough, sensible, punctual. It means that you need to be useful and you need to belong. It also means that you are faithful, that you are stable and organized. It means that you value home, family, and tradition, that you are caring, concerned, concrete, and that you are a natural preserver, a parent, or a helper. So at work, it means that you provide stability and that you can maintain organization. You have the ability to handle details and to work, and that hard work makes you, or you recognize that hard work makes you the backbone of the organization. You believe that work comes before play, even if that means you have to work overtime to get the job done. With family and friends, someone who's in the gold category, they are serious and they tend to have a more traditional or conservative view of love and marriage. They enjoy others who work along with them in a secure, predictable kind of relationship, and they demonstrate admiration through the practical things that you do. Right? In childhood, you probably wanted to follow the rules and regulations of the classroom. You understood and respected authority, and you were comfortable with the academic routine that you went through. And you're probably a pretty easy child as far as adapting to the educational system. All right, moving on to the next one, orange. If orange is what was the one in your category, orange says that you act on a moment's notice. You are witty, charming, and spontaneous. You consider life to be a game, and you tend to live in a here and now. You are impulsive, you're generous, and you are impactful. So you need to have fun, you need to have some variety, you need stimulation, but you love excitement. You are optimistic, you are eager, and you are bold. So that means that you value skill, resourcefulness, and you have courage. You're physical, immediate, and fraternal, which means that you are a natural troubleshooter. You do like to perform, but you also like to compete. So at work, someone who falls in the orange category might say, I am bored and restless with jobs which are routine and structured. I'm satisfied in careers that allow me independence and freedom while utilizing my physical coordination and my love of tools. With any kind of tool as an extension of myself, I am a natural performer. Cool. At home, family and friends, I seek relationship with shared activities and interests. In a relationship, I like to explore new ways to energize that relationship. In a relationship, I need to be bold and thrive on physical contact. I enjoy giving extravagant gifts that bring obvious pleasure to special people in my life. And then when you were a kid, of all types of children, I had the most difficult time fitting into the academic routine. I learned by doing and experiencing rather than listening and reading. I need physical involvement in the learning process, and I'm motivated by my own natural competitive nature and sense of fun. Next, the blue person. Blue person says they need to feel unique and authentic. In other words, they are enthusiastic, sympathetic, and personal. They look for meaning and significance in life. They are warm, communicative, and passionate. They need to contribute, to encourage, and to care. So that means they're idealistic, spiritual, and sincere. I'm not trying to make it rhyme there, but we'll start a rap song or a rap group next. Just kidding. I value integrity and unity in relationships. I'm peaceful, flexible, and imaginative, which means I'm a natural, romantic, poet, and nurturer. So at work, someone in the blue category says, I have a strong desire to influence others so that they may lead more significant lives. I often work in the arts, communication, education, and helping professions. I am adept at motivating and interacting with others. With my family and friends, I seek harmonious relationships. I am a true romantic and believe in the perfect relationship lasts forever. I bring drama, warmth, and empathy to all relationships. I enjoy the symbols of romance, such as flowers, candlelight, music, and cherish the small gestures of affection. In childhood, I was extremely imaginative and found it difficult to fit into the structure of school life. I react with great sensitivity to discordance or rejection, and I seek recognition. I respond to encouragement rather than competition. Stuff. Last but not least is if you fell into the green category. The green category says I seek knowledge and understanding. So they are global. They're global, analytical, and conceptual. I live by my own standards, cool, calm, collected. I need explanation and answers. I'm inventive, logical, and a perfectionist. I value intelligence, insight, fairness, and justice. I am abstract, hypothetical, and investigative. So I'm a natural nonconformist. I have vision, but I'm a problem solver. At work, the person in the green category says to themselves that I am a conceptual and an independent thinker. For me, work is play. I am drawn to constant challenging careers, and I like to develop models, explore ideas, or build systems to satisfy my need to deal with innovation. Once I have perfected an idea, I prefer to move on, leaving the project to be maintained and supported by others. With family and friends, person in the green category prefers to let my head rule my heart. I dislike repetition, so it's difficult for me to continuously express feeling. I believe that once feelings are stated, they are obvious to others. I am uneasy when my emotions control me. I want to establish relationships and leave it to maintain itself. Turn to my energy, or I like to turn my energies to my studies, work, or other interests. In childhood, the person in the green category appeared to be older than my years. I focused on my greatest interests, achieving in subjects that were mentally stimulating. I was impatient with drill and routine, questioned authority, and found it necessary to respect others before I could learn from them. So there's a lot that can be said about these different categories. Again, I encourage you to take some time and reflect over the presentation again, whether it's by listening to me or looking at the printout or the PDF. But no matter what, I'm going to encourage you to go out there and explore what fits you best. Explore your Holland code, explore your color code, and look for a career that's going to be rewarding. Look for a job that you like to do and you're good at doing it. Okay. Personally, I'd like to tell people in my classroom, any day you spend working a job that you do not love is a day that you've wasted in your life. And we only have so many days. So this is the end of this presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate your time, your efforts, and your attention over the last 30 or 40 minutes. I don't really know how long it's been, but it's been fun nonetheless. Good luck, guys, and I will see you on the next workshop. Take care. Bye-bye.